Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today I'm just going to do a 30 for 30 readathon update. So this will be my 6-month update to let you know how I'm getting on with this. Obviously I only have until the 4th of December to complete this readathon and I'm not doing very well. So this is to not only hold me accountable but also let you know and let myself know where I'm up to. So I have my 30 for 30 page in my bullet journal and I have read a few, but I've made a couple of changes as well. So basically when I made this TBR 2 years ago, well, not 2 years ago, when I turned 27, so when I turned 28, I can't remember, not last December, but December before, well, 18 months ago, I took it to the vote. So I made a list for each year of the books that I was interested in reading in and then took it to vote and you guys voted on Twitter. But however, there have been some changes in my reading tastes and I wanted to switch some books up. So let me tell you where I'm up to. I'm going to go through each year and let you know where I'm up to with the book. If I haven't read it, it's going to be a very quick no. I can't be bothered going, well, I can be bothered, but this will be an extremely long video if I go into why I haven't read the book yet. So there are 31 books on this TBR. Do not panic if you count 31. There are 31. I made a mistake when I made this TBR. I am supposed to be picking a book for every year that I've been alive. However, I did pick a book because it's my 30th, obviously, this year. I did pick a book for 1989, which is the year I was born, which I shouldn't have done. I should have picked, my first book should have been from 1990, which I would have been a year old. So there is a book for 1989. Did take it to vote on Twitter whether or not to keep the book or get rid of it, and you all voted to keep the book. So I've kept the book, but it's probably going to be the last one I go to. I don't particularly want to read it. There's nothing else for that year that I'm interested in reading, so I'm keeping the book. But if I don't get to it, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because I'll have read 30 books before I'm 30. So let me tell you, if there's been a change, I will let you know. If I've read it, I'll let you know what star rating I gave it. So my 1989 book is The Bad Place by Dean Koontz. I haven't read it yet. That's the one that I'm sort of going to leave to the very last minute if I possibly can. My 1990 book is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. This I have not read yet, but it is on my June TBR, so I'm hoping to get to it this month coming up. I do have this on Audible, so I can listen to it, which is great. 1991 book was supposed to be Outlander. I've switched this out because I just don't think I'm going to be interested in this at all. For The Firm by John Grisham. This is not the only John Grisham book on this TBR. I have only just switched this out, so I have not read this yet, but I'm very excited to do so. I do love the film. By the way, if there's any film adaptations of these books, I am going out of my way to either, if I've already seen them, not watch them again till after I've read the book, or if I haven't seen them yet, to watch them after I've read the book. So I'm not watching any film adaptations till after I've read these books. 1992 is the Pelican Brief, which is the second John Grisham book that I was talking about. Again, I have seen the book for I've seen the film for this, so I'm very, very excited to get to this book, but I haven't read it yet. 1993 book is The Giver by Lois Lowry. I haven't read this yet for some strange reason. I keep delaying it. Not sure what's going on. Haven't read it yet. 1994 is One for the Money by Janet Ivanovich, I think that is. I haven't read this yet. I do have it on Scribd. I'm hoping to get to it soon. 1995 is Kiss the Girls by James Patterson. Haven't read it yet. It's the second in the Alex Cross series, and the reason why I haven't read it yet is because I haven't read the first, which is Long Came a Spider. It is on my June TBR, so I'm hoping to get to that this upcoming month, and then I can read Kiss the Girls, because although they don't need to be read in order, I do like to read at least the first book in a series like that. Like the Lee Child ones, the first one I read was Killing Floor, which is the first in the series, but you don't need to read the rest of the series in order, but that's why I'm doing it. There is method to my madness. 1996 book is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I have read this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, thought it was really good. I listened to it on audio and I'm glad I did so. I did get halfway through A Clash of Kings. I've decided not to continue with the series. It's just taking up too much of my reading time. So I've made the decision not to continue with the series. But I loved it. It was great. 4 out of 5 stars. 1997 book is Memoirs of a Geisha. I have not read this yet. I do have it on audio, so I should just get to it because it's only 3 hours long. I am intending to do so very, very soon. but we'll see how that goes. 1998 book is Halls by Louis Sasha. I read this month, the month of May, and I really enjoyed it. I've given it 4 out of 5 stars. Have not seen the film yet, fully intending to do so very, very soon. Thought it was fantastic. 1999 book is A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. Have not read this yet. It's only about just like over 100, well, just short of 200 pages, I think. So don't know why I've not read it yet. Just need to get to it and get it done. 2000 book is Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. Have not read this yet. It's obviously a very, very big book, and I think it's going to be very, very religious and political based. So I don't know how I'm going to react to that, because I'm not a religious person and I don't particularly follow politics. It does not enjoy me, but I do not enjoy it whatsoever. So don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see. I'll probably try and listen to it on audio, make it a bit easier for myself. 2001 book is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. I have not read this yet, also got it on script. 2002 book was supposed to be, oh, I don't know where it's gone now. It's gone. I don't have it with me. The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I have made the decision not to read that book. The reason being that I did try and read it last year. I got a fair chunk in. I think I got 50 or so pages in, but it's just not for me. I'm not particularly interested in it. I'm just not interested. It's not for me. So I've made the decision to change the book out for Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I have listened to this now and I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was quite good. So yes, I've read that one. Next was supposed to be 2003 book was supposed to be The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. Now the reason I've swapped this out is because I don't think I'm going to. I've not got high hopes for Angels and Demons. I loved the films, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy the books as much because I just don't think they're going to be up my street. So I've made the decision to get rid of this book in my TBR because it's just pointless forcing myself through it if I didn't enjoy the first one. I will keep the book for the time being just in case I do enjoy it, but instead of forcing myself through it on this TBR, plus the quite big books, I have swapped it out for P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. I love the film for this. I adore the film for this, in fact. And I'm very excited that there is going to be a sequel called Postscript coming out very, very soon this year. So I want to get to this and read this book. I haven't, obviously, yet, but it's on my June TBR. 2004 book My Sister's Keeper by Jodie Picoult. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I've got it on audio. 2005 book is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Have not read it yet, fully intending on doing so. I've heard very, very good things. I loved last year when I read The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I loved it. I am very excited for this, looking forward to it. Number 6, Eat, Pray, Love was supposed to be what I was reading by Elizabeth Gilbert. I have changed my mind now. I'm not particularly fussed by reading this book. Just not interested. The film was okay. I wasn't overly fussed by the film, so I've swapped it out for. So okay, I've swapped this out. I had a bit of a to-do like literally 5 minutes ago because the book I swapped it out for, turns out that book was not published that year. It was published a few years later. So I've just had a bit of a mental one trying to find a book that's published in this year that I'm interested in reading in. So this is going to be a reread. So I don't know, it's my game, so it's my readathon, so I get to pick and choose what I do with it. But in theory, I should be reading books that I haven't read yet. But I have not read these books since I was probably, I would say maybe, I don't know, maybe since they came out, probably. So I am going to read New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. Now, the thing is, I was fully planning on doing a full reread of the Twilight series anyway. So this kind of helps me out because I can read Twilight and then jump onto this and it'll be part of my 30 for 30 TBR and then read the rest just for funsies, because why the hell not? And I haven't read them in so long and I want to see if I enjoy them as much as I did when I was younger. I also want to see what the difference is between the books and the movies. So yes, that's what I'm intending to read. Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? Because I wasn't. 2007 book is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I have read this. I listened to it on audio. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was very, very good. Dealt with some very, very serious situations and issues. Lots of mental health rep going on in here. It was good. I enjoyed it, considering what it's about. as much as you can enjoy a book like that. 2008 book is Paper Towns by John Green. Have not read it, fully intending to do so. 2009 book, The Maze Runner by James Dashner. Have not read it yet, fully intending to do so. Love the films. 2010 book is I Am Number 4. Have not read it yet, fully intending to do so. Really enjoyed the film. Not happy about the fact that they didn't continue with the book, with the films. 2011 book was supposed to be actually Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I fully intend on getting to this at some point, but I don't want to rush myself to do so because it's extremely I think it's like quite heavy sci-fi, and it's a game, and I'm just not in the mood at all at the moment with it. I started listening to it and I was like, no idea what I've just listened to. First 5 chapters, no clue. So I've swapped that out for a Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. That was difficult. So many C's. Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. This is the second in the Infernal Devices series. I'm going to be reading book 1, which is Clockwork Angel, in the month of June, so then I can jump onto this. But I love Cassandra Clare's books, so no doubt I'm going to love this. I love the Shadowhunter world, so I'm going to be obsessed with that. I know it. 2012 Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I loved this. I adored this. I've listened to it. I give it 4 out of 5 stars, so it's very, very good. This is a retelling. It's very sci-fi based. It's Cinderella retelling. And the next one in the series is Scarlet, which I believe is Red Riding Hood retelling, but I'm not fully sure. I'm fully intending on continuing with the series. I loved it. It was great. 2013 book was supposed to be Eleanor versus Park. Again, I don't know. The book's gone. Probably just gotten rid of it. By Rainbow Rowell. Now, I read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell a couple of months ago. Absolutely loved it. However, there's been a lot of kick-off about the book Eleanor and Park. It is becoming a film. It's being turned into a film. There's been a lot of kick-off about it. I don't usually listen to this sort of stuff because I like to make my own opinions, but it's been very, very heavily against Eleanor and Park, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not overly fussed by the premise of it. Anyway, so I've decided to switch it up for The Fifth Wave by Nick Yancey. Rick Yancey, not Nick. I love the film for this. I thought it was bloody great. And my best friend bought me the entire series for birthday or Christmas, either last year or the year before, can't remember, but I'm very, very excited about this. So I have the whole series behind me somewhere. Where are you? Here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a read and continuing with the series. Then 2014 was To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I have read this. I bloody loved it. I loved it that much that I read the rest of the series immediately after I read this book. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I adored it. Fantastic. So happy with it. 2015 was Everything by Nicola Yoon. I've read this. I also gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I had seen the movie like ages before I picked this book up, and it was good, but I felt like there was things unclear which are extremely explained in this book. Very, very good. Highly recommend physically reading this. There's a lot going on in it that will really, really help with the story. 2016, another Nicola Yoon book is The Sun Is Also a Star. Gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I listened to it on audio. It's very, very good. It's being turned into a movie very soon, and I'm very excited about it. I loved it. 4 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. 2017 book was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. 5 out of 5 stars. I bloody loved this. I hadn't seen the movie beforehand, so I knew nothing about it other than what it says on the synopsis, but I was so excited about it. To the point that straight after I read this, I read On the Come Up. I listened to both of them, and I do recommend. The narrator is the same person for both books. She's fantastic. She's really good. She really gets into it, and especially in On the Come Up, there's some raps in there, and she's really good. I loved this. 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. The film was brilliant as well. Loved it. 2018 book, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I read this in February. Followed immediately by The Wicked King because I was just having a collapse. Because I was meeting Holly in February, and she signed my books for me. I loved it. I'm very, very excited for The Queen of Nothing to come out. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Adored it. And yeah, I think I gave The Wicked King 4.5 maybe. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then my final book is my 2019 book, which is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I have not read this yet. I have started it. I'm up to page 14, but I think I'm going to just start again when I come to reading this. I have not picked it up yet. I'm not sure why. This is Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I've just not picked it up yet. So yes, that's where I'm up to so far. So I think I've swapped out about 4 books. Really happy about my swaps. And I've read 9. 10 if you want to count that I've already read New Moon, but I'm going to be rereading it. So I'm very excited. I've got a lot of these on my TBR for June because I'm really trying to get on this now. So we will see how this goes, but my next update for this will be my wrap up for it. So yeah, which is exciting. Only 6 months away. I can't believe it. So yes, very excited, and I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. If you want to buddy read anything with me, please let me know, because I'd be buzzing about doing that. I'd be very excited to do so. And if you've read any of these and you think I should make some of them a priority that I haven't read yet, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would really appreciate that as well. And I shall check back in. Well, you will see about this again the next time in December, which will be my wrap up. I can't believe I'm 30 in December. Crazy. Yes, so I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you have, please give it a like down below. I would really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Again, I would really appreciate it. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.